Hello and welcome to the transcription explanation of this design. It was done using Loren Sherman script, and unlike the regular alphabet where there's only one way to write each letter, this alphabet uses a combination of letter modifiers in conjunction with different letter stems to make the different consonants. So a B is a deep divot stem with no modifiers, so it's a deep divot. And then a CH is a two-dot modifier on a deep divot stem. So let's go ahead and start looking at this design and talk about letter and word order. You start reading at the bottom and then going counterclockwise. And since there's no real bottom on a linear design like this, you imagine an infinitely large circle, and if you were to start at the bottom of that circle and then go counterclockwise, you'd be starting at the left and going to the right. That's why you read this design left to right. So from the center of each circle is its position on the left to right kind of axis. So first word, second word, third word, fourth word, word 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 words in this. And as far as deciphering which circle is the actual word circle, this design, it's pretty confusing because there's a lot of concentric and overlapping craziness happening here. But that's what this explanation video is for. It's to point out the stems, modifiers, and vowels of each letter in this quote. So let's go ahead and start reading it. So here's our first word. It's inside these outer rings, which this ring is just a line coming from this stem, so are these two rings. They are just lines coming off of this letter. So our word circle is this thick line here. And the word circles, you read them starting at the bottom, then going counterclockwise. So this is our first stem. It's a deep divot stem like this. So our first letter is going to be somewhere in this top row. And if we look at this, there are no lines ending on it. This line passes clean through it, and lines that pass through letters do not count. They only count when they end on letters. So that makes this the letter B. And there's a little circle, this thin guy, attached to that B. So we're going to go ahead and look at our B stem and figure out which position that vowel's in. It's not on the line, so it's not an O. It's inside, like this gray one. So that makes it an E. If it were outside, it would be an A. So this is B-E. Then our next letter is a shallow divot here with 1, 2 lines ending on it. So our stem is a shallow divot, and its modifiers are 2 lines. So that's a W. Continuing around, here's our next letter. It's a little circle, like these 3, and the little circle's outside the word circle, and it's all by itself, so we're looking here. That makes it an A. So W-A, then we have a shallow divot with 1, 2, 3 dots. So shallow divot, 3 dots is an R, and then we have a vowel in that R, and it's on the line of the word circle, or where that word circle would continue, making it another E. If it were outside the word circle here, then it would be an A, but it's not, so it's an E. So B-E-W-A-R-E. Beware is our first word. Oh, and you read consonants first and then vowels always if they're attached, so that's why this is a B-E, not an E-B. So B-E-W-A-R-E. Beware. And then we have our next word, bottom of it's here. It's a little circle, it's a vowel. This is the O. O. Continuing around, here's our next letter. It's a circle that's mostly completed, so it's another deep divot like this one. So that makes it in the top row here. And it has 3 lines ending on it, making it an F. So that thick line and then these 2 thin ones. So 1, 2, 3. So this is the word of. Then our next word is this one. So even though this word's pretty close to it as well, the center of this word is actually further to the left than the center of this word. So we read this one first. Bottom of it's here. This is just line modifiers coming off of this here. They're not part of the word. Here's our first actual letter. It's a circle on the line of the word circle with no modifiers, making it a TH. Let's wait for the ambulance to pass. So TH, and then an E hanging out with no modifiers. So the. And then our next word is here. O, 1, 2, 3 dots on this L. And then 1, 2, 3 dots on this deep divot, making it a D. So old. Then our next word is here, bottom of it's here. 1, 2, 3 lines on a circle inside the word circle. Makes it an M, 3 lines, circle inside the word circle. Continuing around this, here's our next letter. It's an A, just like that A. So A, and then we have our last letter. It's a circle inside the word circle with 1 line coming from it, making it an N. And even though this N is pretty small, especially compared to that A, which is a vowel, this is a letter inside the word circle. And if it were a vowel inside the word circle, it couldn't have any modifiers. O's never have any modifiers. But because it is inside and has a modifier, it means it has to be a consonant. That means it's an N. And this A, even though it's kind of big for a vowel, it's outside the word circle completely, and only vowels, well, specifically the letter A, can be like that. So that's why you can make the A a little big and the N a little small. So M-A-N, man. And all of these lines here are just decorations coming off of different word circles and stuff. None of them end on letter stems, so they don't count for anything. And they help tie together because if you look closely, every single bit of this design is all connected. So this could be one wooden cutout and stay together and not fall apart, which is what it was designed for. Anyway, so man, and then here's our next word, I, line going towards the middle, and then an N with 1 line on it, so in. Here's our next word. This is the letter A on a word circle all by itself. That would be the word So in then our next word here, W, 1, 2 lines, O, R, shallow divot, 1, 2, 3 dots, 1, 2, 3 dots on the L, 1, 2, 3 dots on the D. So deep divot is a D, L, R. So they're all 3 dot letters, so 3 dots for the R, 3 dots for the L, 3 dots for the D, and a W is a 2-line shallow divot. So world, here's the next word, bottom of it. It's another W, 2 lines on it, just like that W. So W, here's a deep divot, like that, with 1, 2 lines, even though these lines curve together and make another circle. Because they're not a complete circle, they don't count as a circle. They're just the 2 lines that end on the stem. So that is an H, O, an E, W, H, E. E's are centralized, so like that. So the gray ones are E's. Another R with 3 dots, just like that R. And then another E on the line of the word circle. So where, here's another the, T-H-E, just like that the. Here's our next word, bottom of it's here. There's no real letters until we get up here. This is a deep divot with 1 line, making it a G. Then we have an O and another O, and then a deep divot with 3 dots, making it a D. So good. Here's our next word. D has 1, 2, 3 dots on it, just like that D. I, E, so die. And then our next word here, it's pretty tricky to tell where the word circle is because this is a circle made from the stems of this NG here. So here's our first word, first letter. Circle on the line of the word circle. So we're in this row. TH stem. And it's got 2 dots, making it a Y. So Y, O, and then a U, line going outwards. So I's and U's are in the same position as E's, but lines have I's have a line going inwards and U's have a line going outwards. So U, and then our last letter is this NG, 1, 2, 3 lines attached to it. So young is our last word. And then here's a period at the end of the sentence on this extra sentence circle bit here. So yeah. Beware of the old man in a world where the good die young. So yeah. That's that design. I hope this explanation video makes a little bit of sense, and I hope you like it. Bye.